Hello everyone, my name is Still Jack, and look what we have. It's Dirt 2.0. How exciting. Despite being predominantly an iRacing kind of guy, I have a soft spot for rally games, so obviously Richard Burns Rally is by far the benchmark, still, I think. But having put a decent amount of time into Dirt 2 so far, it's an enjoyable game. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a sim, but it's good. So what we're going to talk about today is what I think are the best selection of historic brackets, not new cars for tarmac rallying. Quite specific, but how the hell am I going to talk about all of the different services and all of the different cars? And so I picked one scenario. I like tarmac rallies and old cars, so here we go. This is the stage that I'm using. I won't attempt to pronounce and murder the name of it. There it is. It's one of the shortest asphalt stages I could find, just for ease of use when I was testing these cars. Everything on the default settings. So, cars that we're going to talk about today are the H1, H2, H3, Group B, and Group A cars. So quite a lot to get through. So all I'm going to do is show you which I think is the best car, and we're going to drive it a little bit. I'll talk about how I think it drives and why I think it's the best car. So front wheel drive H1 best car is, drumroll, Lancia by far. Let's jump in. So here we are in the service area. Worth noting that every car that I tested, I used the stock setup and the stock tyres, purely for time saving reasons. Undoubtedly there are setup changes that you can make on some of the cars that drastically alter the way they drive, and that may have swayed my opinion on some of this, but I don't have the time to go through every car and every permutation of setup. So stock setup, stock tyres, stock everything, hit go is what I did. So here we go, jumping into the Lancia. Let's get going. Some of the things I was looking for when trying the cars wasn't just pace, it wasn't just the fastest car that I could find. Noise is a big factor to me. If you're going to be driving historic rally cars, they've got to make a nice noise. And this Lancia certainly makes a nice noise. You can see my ghost disappearing in the distance as I'm not fully concentrating, but this is a really nice stage to drive, actually. It's got a bit of everything. It's got some fast corners, so we tap the barrier. It's got some slow corners towards the end as well, so I think it's a reasonably fair test of a car's overall performance. Talk about this car a bit more. It looks like it should be rear wheel drive, but it's not. It's front wheel drive. Wrong gear through there. As you can hear, I'll stop talking for a few seconds and let you listen, but if there's one thing I'm impressed with the most in Dirt 2.0, it's by far the sound. The sound team have done an exceptional job. I think you'll agree. So this car, really easy to drive compared to the others. The only real competitor in this class was the Mini, which was equally probably as easy to drive, but it just didn't have the pace that this car does. I think the longer wheelbase and the stability, whoops, really helps it out. Whoa! And steer through there. And across the line. So by far, I think that's the best car out of the three for that class. There's my time, 2:39.7. Best 2:39.745. So that is the H1, maybe. Front wheel drive, Lancia by far. So next up, two choices, Volkswagen Golf GTI in H2 and the Peugeot 205 GTI. My best pick, definitely the Peugeot. Let's jump in. So here we are in the Peugeot. I have to say, it was close between this and the Golf. I think the Golf drives really nice. But for me, the Peugeot just had the edge in terms of pace. Both really easy to drive, especially this Peugeot. You can chuck it around, and it does what you think it's going to do. A healthy amount of lift off and on brake oversteer, as Peugeots have in real life. My first car was a Peugeot 106, and looking back on it, having driven various cars around tracks nowadays, and as we hit the limiter, horrendous lift off oversteer. Peugeots seem to have, like, dangerous amounts for road cars. I think my Peugeot 106, I have an MX-5 now that is essentially a track car. Really stiff, turbo engine, and 250 horsepower, and it is a damn sight safer than my old Peugeot 106 51 plate or whatever it was. But really nice characteristics in this car. Doesn't sound amazing. I'll stop talking for a minute. Sounds alright, and really good fun to drive. So we go way too deep into there. And across the finish. A new PB. Wow, 227. So there it is for that class. Peugeot. It's close, so I think if you have a particular alignment to Volkswagens, by all means give it a go, give it a try. You might find that you can go just as fast in either, but for me it's the Peugeot every day. Next up, rear-wheel drive H2. 4 choices here and some real icons. Ford Escort Mark II, one of the most famous rally cars ever made, I would say. Ever used. The Alpine, not so much. And with a, do you know, I was gonna talk some shit about the Alpine there, but it's not too bad, to be fair. I did actually go faster in this than I did in the Ford Escort, but the handling characteristics were odd. I think I didn't have much confidence driving it, and it's certainly that enjoyable. What I did have fun driving, what is definitely my pick for the best car out of this class, the Opel Kadett. What I enjoyed the most about this car is that this particular car, if you can look at the livery, Team Birkbeck Opel Kadett, I've seen in real life. I've taken pictures of it in real life. Through the magic of video editing, here is one of those pictures, if I still have them. I may sound like an idiot if I don't, and now. But anyway, really nice car to drive, really well balanced, lots of fun, makes a nice noise. For me, it was a surprise. I thought the Escort would be the one to go for, but seemingly not. So let's jump in. So off we go in the Cadet. Team Birkbeck car, Chris Birkbeck of Birkbeck Rally School in the northeast of England. Has strong affiliations with Whitby Motor Club, which my dad is a member of, and I've spent many a time up at Birkbeck's Rally School. Lovely guy, Chris Birkbeck, and a really nice facility. If you live in the northeast and you wanna go rallying, 100% get yourself down there. As we hit the inside barrier. So about the car, as we bounce off the limiter, I found it much more predictable than the Escort. You can really place it where you want. You can turn in as you want, and you can be confident that it's going to react as you'd expect it to. You know, even while chatting away and looking at my phone on my chair, we can really chuck it around some corners here. With a nice amount of slide, and because it's a low power, low weight car, it's so much fun. You can drive it as hard as you like. And it ain't gonna bite your head off. You know, if you're new to, we watch that outside curve, if you're new to rallying, sim racing, these are the cars that you need to learn to drive first. There's no point jumping in a Group B Quattro with 500, 600 horsepower and flying into a wall. First time you encounter, whoa, a corner. Wow, what a car. What a car. Everything is going flying in my room. A testament to how much fun that was. Just knocked 2 seconds almost off my PB. Great car, could drive that one all day, 100%. There's some really interesting choices in this category. It's funny how I went into this with preconceptions of what I thought was going to be the best, as in the previous category I thought the Escort Mach 2 was going to be the best. In this one, the M3, E30 M3, iconic car, one of my favourites of all time, but just not as good as the absolutely mighty Lancia Stratos. So, if we could take a quick look at the stats, you're down 40 horsepower, you're also down 400 pounds of weight, whatever that is in kilos. But you've got 2 extra cylinders, really torquey, really nice engine, sounds amazing, and the car handles well. Let's have a look how the car handles. So listen to this. It almost feels rude to talk over that. In fact, it is rude to talk over that glorious 6-cylinder sound. Again, the sound guys, top class job. And the car is so balanced. You know what I did going into that corner? I hit the brakes as I was turning, as I was sideways. And the balance just kept it where it was. If I'd have done that in the vast majority of other cars, I'd have been in the wall. The sound! I can't get over the sound. Big slide through there, apart from this being obviously the quickest car in the category. For me, it's the most fun as well. Windscreen wipers going everywhere. Ladies' knickers going everywhere as they hear the sound of this car coming around the corner. Slide for the fans. They're not real, but we'll do it anyway. Whoa, big freeze through there. Held on to it though. And again, wow, what a car. What a car. The balance is so good. You can, I said this a few times about different cars, but you can put it exactly where you want it on the road. So good, sounds so good, drives so good. Awesome. So Group B, probably one of the most iconic eras in rallying. Some of the most iconic cars, the Audi Quattro, absolutely timeless. I mean, you can say that about all of these cars. Every single one of them is completely timeless. They make insane noises and they go insanely fast. But for me, the one to choose here is the Delta S4, twin charged, turbo and supercharger. A little bit disappointing that the noise of the supercharger doesn't come through as much as it perhaps should, but cracking car. Here we go, in the Lancia. You'll probably notice that I'm having to concentrate a bit more. Yeah, I could slow it down, but I really want to try and show each of these cars. Big cut through there at their maximum potential. Whoa! You won't get any closer than that. So Group B, what an absolutely bonkers era. You would have to have been a complete nutter to strap yourself in one of these rocket ships and fire it through a forest. Forget advancements in safety. Forget everything. Even today, if they've sent anything this fast. Oh, big hit in the wall. You can tell, despite this being, in my opinion, the easiest of the Group B cars to drive, it ain't easy. Slide into there. And through there. The only saving grace is that if you get a bit crossed up, all you need to do is hit the loud pedal and you'll be fired towards wherever you want to go. What an insane car. But out of all of the Group B cars, probably the least insane. Definitely the fastest. Group A, final group we're going to talk about today. And well, it's a bit of an odd group for me. You've got the two rally legends, Subaru versus Mitsubishi. Subaru was the one I wanted to win. I used to have a Subaru, fantastic car, so much pedigree. And if Colin McRae isn't your favourite driver ever, then you're wrong. But just from looking at the stats alone, you can straight away tell that the winner is undoubtedly going to be the Lancia Delta. Less weight, more power. Perhaps a little older than the other two, but it's so much better. So here's the Lancia. We better hope that I don't crash this run, because in 2 minutes the Daytona 500 starts on iRacing. So let's get this round. A fantastically balanced car after driving those Group B monsters. This is almost like slow motion. And even then it goes pretty bloody quick. Really commit quite a high proportion of grip to power in these cars, which is obviously the opposite to Group B, where you've got far too much power and far too little grip. So you can be a lot more generous with the right foot. Still not easy. By far the easiest out of this category was the Mitsubishi, so if you're looking for something easy to drive that still goes reasonably quick, that's probably the one. But if you can make the jump to this, it's much quicker. And to be fair, it's not that tricky to drive. Noise isn't particularly inspiring, but it's nice nonetheless. But nothing can go against the speed of this car. Ah! Oh, barrier! It's fine, we'll take it. So there it is, the Lancia. Really scrappy stage there, but by far the best Group A car. So there it is, there's my roundup of Dirt Rally 2 historic cars. Which ones I'm going to be racing in time trials. As I said at the start, if you've got time to develop setups for all of the cars, then the order of speed might change, but in terms of just jumping in, having fun, having something that's controllable, easy to drive, and fun, most of all, that's what I'd choose. Best car out of the lot, if we consult the magic notebook, I've got to say it's tough between the Opel Kadett and the Lancia Stratos. Both naturally aspirated cars, awesome noises. I think the noise of the Lancia probably takes it. That was the car that I had the most fun in while filming this. It was the car that, despite being absolutely on the edge, I could still talk about the car, talk about how it drives, be in awe of how it sounded. There we are. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon.